It's like 62 degrees out here. It is absolutely gorgeous. Fall weather is moving in. I think the highs for the next few days are going to be in the 70s. But what does that mean? That means stink bugs. Stink bugs are going to start to show up in your house. I've talked to several people this week that already have stink bugs starting to move into their house. So today I'm going to show you probably the only true way to get rid of stink bugs. This is it. This is the only way to do it. So here we go. So first I'm going to talk about some things that people talk about using for stink bugs that really don't work that well. And if you want to try all that other stuff, go try it. In a couple weeks when it doesn't work, come back and watch my video and do what I'm saying, because I've done this for years. Someone's going to say that you need to go around your house and you need to seal all the cracks around your house. Dude, this is a 35-year-old house, and if I go around here trying to seal every single crack that a stink bug can fit through, I'll be here for 2 weeks. I'm not going to do it. So once a year in the fall, I have to get ready for the stink bugs. Now here's what happens. Stink bugs want to do something called overwinter, kind of like hibernate. When the temperatures start to cool, they want to go someplace where they can hide and it's a little bit warmer. In nature, they will typically find rotted out trees and they'll go inside trees. By the way, they love magnolia trees. But when they see a building, they'll fly towards that building, they'll hit that building, and they have a tendency to go up. Not always, but they have a tendency to go up. Or as they're moving around, they look for cracks and holes. And if they can't find cracks and holes, they'll typically go higher and higher. That's why you'll see a lot of stink bugs up on your upper eaves. That's how stink bugs work. They go inside, they overwinter up there. Now all of a sudden, they're up in your attic and they feel this warm temperature coming out of these little vents and cracks in your house. Ooh, it's windy. And so now what they do is they follow that and they get inside your house. And what I can't stand is to have a stink bug in my bedroom at night and you know it's there and you hear this tick, tick. And it's like, dude, I am not having a stink bug land on me. It drives me absolutely crazy. Now my wife's afraid of them. She'll take a piece of tape and she'll actually stick the stink bug to the wall and she'll be like, honey, there's a stink bug. I got to go grab the tape and the stink bug. All right, so let me walk you through the steps. Now, before I walk you through the steps, I want to thank you guys. Yesterday, I launched the first video in our preparation series. That is going to be a long, extensive, several month-long series. Yesterday was an intro video, and we talked a lot about food, and we talked about the basic starting process of being prepared for long-term. Guys, we should have learned. We should have learned. We've been through COVID. We should have learned then. We just saw what happened with this last hurricane. We should have learned through then. I don't care where you live, what your conditions are. You need to have the ability to survive for your family for 2 full weeks is what I say. That means food, water, a way to cook, a way to communicate. We drove 2.5 hours up from Savannah and 0 cell phones after that hurricane. And a lot of people down there, after 10 days now it is, still don't have cell service, still don't have power. Anyways, go watch that series, and I appreciate you guys asking your questions because I asked for your comments. Back to stink bugs. So we really don't use chemicals on our farm. We don't use pesticides up in our gardens. We don't do a whole lot of stuff. We do a lot of natural gardening up there. The one place I am going to use a chemical treatment is around the house for stink bugs because I can't stand them. So what am I using? It's a product that's called bifenthrin. Now, if you know Ortho Home Defense, that's real popular on the market. You can use that inside or outside your house. It's the same chemical as that. And I'll show you a way you can buy the concentrate. And then there's an aerosol because it's a 2-step process. So how do I do this? It's a little bit tricky because I have a big backpack sprayer that can shoot probably about 20 feet. And so what I do is I treat all along the bottom of my house. Ooh, man, that breeze feels good, but it's not good for audio, I'm sure. I treat all along the bottom of my house. Then what I do is I spray around the windows, and then I spray all those eaves and even along the gutters. So I go along and I do basically this outline of the house is what I'm doing. It's a contact killer. So when the bugs come in contact with that product, after, I don't know how long it takes. I don't know if it takes half an hour or if it takes a couple hours, they're going to end up dying. They do you'll see them doing the dead bug twirl. Now what's funny is there really isn't a side of the house that is associated with a lot of collections. It varies from time to time, but over on my shed over here, on the back side of that shed, the other day I was out here spraying this and the stink bugs were flying off of it, but on the back side of that shed, there had to be 25 stink bugs on the back side of that shed, and I covered that. Now, a question is going to be, is it safe for dogs? Yes. If you read the instructions, do your treatment, let it dry. As soon as it's dry, it's safe for dogs. Is it safe around chickens? Yes, same thing. Spray it once it's dry. What happens if the chickens eat the bugs after they're sprayed? It's fine. It actually says that. One of the professionals that was answering questions about it, it's fine. Birds eat the stink bugs after they die. It doesn't matter. They'll be fine. It won't bother them. But yeah, just like most treatments, once you do your treatment, keep your pets off of it for a couple hours until it dries. Once it dries, now I'll give you a warning. The concentrate, when you put it in a sprayer, it turns sort of white, and when you spray it on your house, you're going to say, oh my gosh, all this white stuff. Well, it dries clear. However, when I say clear, it does leave residue marks on windows. That's the only drawback that I've found to it. So try not to spray it on the glass, because you'll end up having to clean your windows, but try and spray it all around these things. If you have, on the side of my house here, I have a vent for my microwave and my oven vent, and I have had 2 stink bugs actually come in through that vent in the past week, so I soaked that vent. And then electrical boxes, they'll put dryer vents, electrical boxes, spray all around that. I will say that will probably kill 70 to 80% of the stink bugs. You'll really reduce it down. But in about a month from now, when the temperatures are really cool, you will have stink bugs that have gotten into, if you have a small attic space. So up above the house here, I have a little attic space. You don't call it a crawl space. What do you call that? I guess it's an attic. It's a little attic space here and over above the master over here. You go up there, you turn off any smoke alarms, because I have a smoke alarm up there and it set it off one time when I did this. I forgot about it. Turn off your HVAC system, turn off any lights, any electronics, and then I'm going to link to these bombs that you can set off. Now, these are bifenthrin bombs, which are really hard to find, and they're not cheap. They're $19, I think, a piece. But it only takes 1, 2, 3 for me to do that once a year. You can use something like a Raid or a Black Fag or whatever other bombs you can, but that bifenthrin is really good. Now, I'm going to link in the description below, I'll link to the concentrate I use. It's a ½ gallon. It'll last you a long time, and I'll link to the bombs, and I'll link to something else. But it's a 2-stage process. So we're trying to treat these bugs as they're going into the house. If we miss any that get into the house, in about a month from now, you're going to go ahead and do that bomb. I wouldn't bomb now because they're still actually going into the house. You're going to see them around. I'm over here looking for stink bugs. This is the side that was just absolutely covered in stink bugs, and there's 0 stink bugs. And it's gravel. It's hard to see them down here. I'm sure most of them are dead. Now, you're going to hear, a lot of people are going to say, like these home remedy fixes, take dryer sheets and go around the windows with dryer sheets. Go ahead and try it. You'll come back to my video. They'll say, spray this, spray vinegar around. I don't know what they're going to say, but really there's only one way to truly do this, and that is get them to contact the actual product, this product, as they're moving up your house, which will kill them. And then you will have some stink bugs. I guarantee you will have some stink bugs that get into the upper attic up there, like right up in here. And I have to go up into this little crawl space hole and set off one of these bombs. Again, the bifenthrin fogger bombs are not cheap. It's $19 per can. You can use, I have 6 cans of just like regular Raid or Black Flag or something like that. You can use regular bombs up there. It'll work as well. Again, make sure you shut off all your electronics because you're shooting up an aerosol, that kind of thing. But this really is the only way to solve that problem. It's once a year for me. It's this time of year, and I started to see stink bugs everywhere. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 last week. We had 6 stink bugs inside the house. After my treatment this week, I've had 0 so far. So knock on wood, it's good. I have a backpack sprayer. My backpack sprayer, funny story that's not relevant to stink bugs, but I had the same backpack sprayer for 3.5 years, and it finally went bad on me. So I said, I'll just order another one. You know, that thing has gone up almost twice in cost. Oh man, inflation is hard. Let me grab the, let me see if I grab my bulk product that I'm going to show you. So that's the bulk can that I have here that I keep. And this thing, I think that's a gallon jug. That thing will last me years. Now I'm going to give you one more warning. And that warning is, here's the problem. You need to put on proper safety equipment. So you need to probably have glasses, gloves, long sleeve shirt, maybe even an N95 mask, because here's what's going to happen. When you go to spray these eaves, you're going to have a mist come down and float down. So you want to make sure that you wear the proper protective equipment. That's the other thing I found is I'm watching my wind direction and I make sure that I'm spraying. If the wind's coming this way, I'm standing over here and spraying this way along it, and that way the mist carries along this way. But you do need to make sure you're wearing the proper stuff. Anyways, guys, that will help. Hope it's helped for you guys. Make sure you check out that preparation video. It is a full, almost, I think it's 35 minutes long. It's the first in a series that we're doing. We appreciate you. Hit subscribe, give a thumbs up. Talk to you later. Doc.